Hello and good morning. Welcome to the MLM Lunchtime Leadership Show. So before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and invite some people onto here. I really wish there was a faster way to do all this, but no. Hope everybody is having a good day. And in reading this book, I kind of agree with Jeff from the other day. I don't know if you saw that one, but I kind of agree with Jeff on this book. We're going over High Performance Habits by Brendon Burchard, and we kind of both agree that this book is very wordy and could probably get to the point a lot sooner. However, there's still some good points that are made in this book. So we will be going over that in a moment.
Getting all those out.
All right. There we go. Alrighty then. All right, well, like I was saying, we're going over High Performance Habits by Brendon Burchard. And today we are on High Performance Habit number 8, which is raising necessity. So the only one who devotes himself to a cause with his own strength and soul can be a true master. And for this reason, mastery demands all of a person. And that was from Albert Einstein. So there is no point unless you choose to make one. So either the point is your pain is either the point of your pain is to say to the world, this is how I choose to deal with this by giving up, or the point is to show yourself and the world that nothing will stop you. So I like what Grant Cardone says. We heard this at his 10X conference. He's like, you need to make your success your duty and your obligation. Once you do that, it really sets the standard for yourself of what you need to get done. So there are 4 factors in performance necessity. There's identity, which is your personal standards for your excellence. Obsession, which is over a topic or a process. Duty, and urgency. And urgency is setting deadlines more so, because without a deadline, you're really not going to do anything. And there's no rush to do it. Excuse me, hold on. There we go. So the first 2 are external or internal, and the second 2 are external. So each is a driving force of motivation, but together they make a predictability to perform at higher levels. So high personal standards and commitment to excellence. The quality of a person's life is a direct proportion to their commitment to excellence, regardless of what they choose, which field they choose, or their endeavor. So satisfaction is not the cause of great performance, it's the result. So when we do what aligns with our future identity, we're gonna be more driven and likely to do a great job. So a lot of people always want to say, like, what are you giggling about? Are you being bad? Put that phone down. See what I gotta deal with here? Anywho, a lot of people that want to say, like, I want to be motivated before I do something, or I have to feel good before I do anything. And the problem is, without doing the work, you're not going to get any type of satisfaction until you start. And and a lot of people are like, well, and I don't really want to start because I have to know all the information first before I even try to go out and say something to people. What if I don't know the answer to a question? And the reality is, you just need to go out and do it. The best way to learn is to be out in the field and go ahead and make some mistakes. And sometimes you're not going to know certain questions people are going to ask until they ask it. And the correct response to that is, if you don't know the answer, is that is a very good question. Let me go find the answer for you and I will get back to you on that. You never say, I don't know. That's a good question. Let's go figure it out. So high performers care more about excellence and put more effort into their activities than other people do. So the goal for all underperformers must be to set new standards, self-monitor more frequently, and to learn to become more comfortable with taking a hard, unflinching look at their own performance. So if you're not going to monitor your progress, you may as well not even set a goal or expect yourself to really get anywhere. Because if you're not willing to go through the process of monitoring what you need to do, you're not going to know where you're going. And most people like to say, here is my goal, but they don't figure out how they need to get there. It sounds good, but like saying that you're going to make $1 million by next year sounds really good. But if you've never made $1 million before and you don't figure out the process of what it takes to get there and you don't track it throughout the year, you're not going to get anywhere. Obsession with understanding and mastering a topic. So to have a long-term success as a coach or in any position of leadership, you have to be obsessed in some way. So when you're passionate about what you do, people understand. But when you're obsessed, people think that you're mad. And that's the difference. So it changes from a desire to feel a particular state of emotion, passion, and a quest to be a particular kind of person. So it becomes part of you and something that you value more deeply than any other things. And it becomes a necessary for you. So normal isn't always healthy either. But I like what Grant Cardone said in the book, Be Obsessed or Be Average. Normal is just another word for average, and which average for most people is the average home, average family, average job, and just average everything. And it doesn't always mean healthy. Like everybody has this negative, what's the word I'm looking for? Like everybody always has this negative stereotype that obsessed means something negative and that it's not something to strive for. But obsession used in a right way can be a healthy thing, because you have to be obsessed with something to a certain point to be able to get yourself move and get the momentum to really get going and get yourself where you need to be. Because the most effort it takes in the beginning, and you have to move quickly. You can't move slow and get something to take off. It's not how it works. And especially in network marketing, success loves speed. And if you're moving too slow, you're not going to be able to beat attrition, and you're not going to be able to attract those other high performers. Social duty, obligation, and purpose. So because high performers understand the need to meet other obligations, they rarely complain about the tasks and duties that they must perform to succeed. So they recognize that fulfilling their role is serving the needs of others and is part of the process. And it's a positive thing tomorrow, even though it's pain now. So I think we just get into a habit. I think it's just taught in society. The more you have to do, more people are like, oh, they want me to do this now. Oh my gosh, I don't get paid enough for this. And the reality is, I love what Gary Vaynerchuk says. He's like, you are never going to be paid what you're worth. But if you want to be paid more, you have to make yourself even more valuable, and you have to help more people. And it's just a give, 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 and keep giving, and then eventually you'll get something back. But it's just something that where people get stuck in this mindset of like, what is it about? It's all about me. What can you do for me? Not what can you do for them. And the reality is when you switch your thinking to the other people, you actually get more help, and you actually have, you become successful faster. Because when you reach out and help people, they're more willing to help you, and they're more willing to help you out and do business with you, because you're showing that you're honest and that they can rely on you. Real deadline. So without a sense of urgency, desire loses its value. And I think that we've gone over that before. If you don't set a deadline, it's never going to get done. It's like that one thing on your to-do list that you keep saying, I'm going to get this done. Eventually, I'm going to get this done. Or someday, I'm going to get this done. And if you're saying that, it's not going to get done. We all know it. But if you put a deadline on it of like, this is the time where I have to do it no matter what, then it's actually going to get done. So in addition to choosing high performance identity, you're going to have to immerse yourself fully in the activities that force you to stretch. So you can't prance around thinking you're good. You have to put yourself into a situation that's going to make you good. So Grant talks about this all the time, because people tend to only work on what they feel comfortable with. They never want to go outside of their comfort zone. And what he says is that's where the 10X concept comes from. He's just like, a lot of you are working at a state that is too easy, and your potential is so much higher. So the reason for the 10X is that you want to stretch even further to see where your limit is. We do this a lot in weight training as well. We had to do this. And who was talking about that? Which trainer?
Tom Platz.
Tom Platz was talking about this. He's like, a lot of you are working out at a much lower weight, and that's not the potential of what you actually are able to do. So they're like, we're going to take this weight and we're just going to do as many reps as you can until you fail. And I want you to count it. Now, Jeff, you actually have better results from that, because I'm weak, you know. What were you lifting? You were like working out at one weight, and how many?
Oh, well, yeah, I was doing leg extensions, and I think we were at 70 or 80 pounds, which really isn't a lot. And I was normally doing 15 to 20-ish. And after I warmed up, I decided to go all out and just see what I could do. And the idea is that you'll quit at about 40. Most people don't even get to 40, but somewhere between 40 to 45% of your potential is where you'll quit. So I was like, okay, well, maybe that's true. I don't know. Started doing them, got to 20, got to 30, got to 40, got to 50, got to 60. I got to 64 reps before I absolutely couldn't do anymore. And, you know, if you kind of look at I was doing maybe 25, 30% of what the potential was, which means, you know, how much strength, how much growth, what did I miss out on? You know, have I been missing out on 70% of what's possible? The same thing is true if you relate it to work. You know, if you've done 2 presentations and you have the ability to do 9 consistently, what potential are you know, what are you cutting out? So yeah, I read something yesterday about, you know, what does it mean to go all out in business? You know, so this lady asked this on a Tony Robbins, it's a Tony Robbins group. He has a coaching group. And, you know, that was one of the questions on there. What does it mean to go all out in business? And it was like being able to do everything you can all out for an extended period of time, using up all the time you have with the greatest results. You got to pick whatever the greatest result would be, whatever the greatest return would be. Focus all your energy on that, and then how much can you get done during that time set. I guess people liked it because that has a lot of comments. So that's what I got.
All right, and then the last part is leveling up your squad. So find a group of people who challenge and inspire you, and spend a lot of time with them, and it will change your life. So make a conscious effort to surround yourself with the positive and nourishing and uplifting people, and the people who believe in you, encourage you to go after your dreams, and applaud your victories. So who the heck were we listening to today? I can't remember names for the life of me. But there was one person we were listening to a couple days ago, and he says, "Show me your friends and I will show you your future." Dan Pena. There we go. And he talked about this. He's like, a lot of you are stuck with the same people that you've always hung around with, but you have to look at the people around you and you have to ask yourself, do they have the life that I want? And not everybody's perfect at everything, but sometimes we focus so much time on the people that we don't need to focus on. And the only way to change is to change your surroundings and change yourself. Change comes with you first, but if you're constantly reading, watching, and being around the wrong people, you're filling your head and your ears with garbage constantly. And unless you change everything else around you're not going to be able to change what's going on internally. So with that, that's what I got for this chapter. Any comments on this?
No, I mean, he's very wordy. Brendon Burchard's books, I know that he's trying to add everything, but it's to the point where you lose track of what you're actually reading about, which I don't think is necessary. So I kind of go with the approach is, if you can use 10 words to say the same thing you're doing in 100, use 10. Say less is more. People will fill in the gaps. But if you want to sell books, I guess the idea is to add as much crap as possible. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I think maybe he was just trying to make the book look thicker, maybe.
But the principles are good, so that's what we're going over. Appreciate everybody for being on. What else?
I think that's it. So I'm going to put a link in the comments below. We're sending out our notes to everybody. So for each chapter, even though this one doesn't really have chapters, we'll figure it out. But we're sending all of our notes to you guys each day with the chapters that we took notes on. So if you would like those notes, go to the link in the comments below and enter in your email. Enter in your email to the link, not in the comments, because you will be spammed, and I am not responsible for any spamming. So if you haven't already, go subscribe to the email, and go follow us on YouTube by searching MLM Lunchtime Leadership Show. We're taking each one of these and downloading them to YouTube. So that way, if you would like to go back and take notes yourself, you are more than welcome to. So with that, that's what I have for today, and we will see you guys tomorrow.